Well, we did 12 different figures. One that's UNKL branded, and then 11 different bands that are on their label. One is releasing each month during the entirety of 2008.
Okay.
And it's just a project for us that's really cool to work on, because first of all, doing a set of 12 of anything is pretty fun, and the fact that we actually got to collaborate with Mike Patton is really cool for us. We'll listen to the music. Some of the bands we're very familiar with. We'll just do our own version visually of what they sound like to us, or what their general point of view is. And I mean, I think overall it's worked out really well. Well, I think, we had some people inquire about it, and we had tried a shirt subscription a couple years ago, and seemed like that was maybe forcing it a little bit. But when it came to this particular series, it made sense, because since there's one happening every month, one releasing each month, that seemed to us like a really good way to ensure that people would get them if they wanted them, that they would just subscribe, and then every month they're sent, the corresponding character. Yeah, I think it's, for us, I mean, first of all, just to be able to make this stuff and design it, create it, and sell it, that's a pretty incredible thing to experience, and it's nice to do that. But then to also be able to work on a project for a band or for a record label that you respect, and you enjoy the music, or you respect what the artists are doing, that's just a bonus. And I think certainly everyone here, we have a pretty wide range of music tastes, and so when the UNKL project came along, that really for us was in a lot of ways like a perfect project to really get into, just with the amount of diversity that's existing on the label. Each of those bands is very unique and has their own point of view, so that's a pretty cool challenge for us to try to nail each of those bands in the form of a 2-inch figure. We have MacPo, which has been going on now close to a year and a half in development, and is in production, and we're shooting to have that for New York Comic-Con.
Okay.
And that's one for us that's the most ambitious project we've taken on so far. It's the most complex one with regards to the moving parts and the different tolerances of vinyl, and I don't know, it's just, they're more, more parts and pieces.
Okay.
Here's the...
Now,
button.
Is that primarily rotocast vinyl?
Yeah, it is primarily.
Okay.
And then it's got, some of the things happening, like this area where the elbow would be, and at the shoulder, those are articulated, and ball joints in there with the kind of a softer vinyl as well, so it's more like rubber. And then there's this kind of bazooka piece as well that slots into the hand. And then the 3-inch Hasmopo that's inside goes in here.
Now, is that the standard size, or is that a little smaller?
Smaller. Most of the Hasmopos are 4 inches.
Okay.
Well, in fact, all of them are. This is the only 3-inch version that we've done.
All right. And now,
which we thought would be kind of cool to introduce a different size. But this particular character, we figured it'd be pretty cool if someone could just have the 3-inch by getting the MacPo. But currently, that would be the only way to get a 3-inch Hasmopo would be to get the MacPo. And we're going to do 2 different colorways initially. We'll do this one And then there's also an orange one as well that we're going to do in a much smaller run. It'll be a lot more limited. I believe we're going to do 500, maybe 400, but 400 or 500, and then the orange one we're attempting to do 100 of.
Okay.
I say attempting because it might be challenging to do such a small run at that particular one, because this is the most expensive piece that we've worked on so far, and certainly doing smaller numbers makes it even more expensive. So we're just going to have to see where it all lands, but that's where we are right now with it.
And how tall is the entire thing?
I think it's 8 inches.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's 8 inches. Yeah, we have our series, the 5th series of Unipose, the Speed Demon series. So there's a set of 4, and there's kind of 3 race car driver type guys, and then the one cop as well, this guy. So that's happening, and then also we're working on Series 6 Unipo as well, which is we're going to kind of break out of the norm a little bit with that one, and it's going to have, there'll be more to it. There'll be more things attached to the figure, and I won't get into detail with it because it's still kind of in the design phase, but we're pretty close to being done with the design part of it and sending that off to get the factory going on that. But that one, I'm most excited about that as far as just the general series of Unipos that we've done. That one I think is going to be really cool.
And is there going to be a fan series, fan-created series?
The fan series, yeah. Fan series is being produced currently.
Okay.
That's one that didn't, that took a little bit longer to get that going than we wanted, but a lot of that just came down to the realities of production, and some of the artwork that had been created was a little bit more expensive to have done than we could really afford to do, and so we ended up having to make revisions and try to kind of toss stuff back and forth with the factory to get the pricing into more realistic place. But the artwork that we ended up with is great, and it's really good stuff, but a lot of it was just a lot more complex to achieve than we would typically do, and so it got expensive really fast. Yeah, we have another member of the SUG family that we're working on currently.
Okay.
That'll be smaller than the other 2 figures that we've done, smaller than SUG and smaller than Uligus. It's a little bit, in form, it's more closely related to SUG than the Uligus character. But that's one that we're kind of at that point right now. We're getting the design hammered out, and now we'll get it off to the factory and see if we can actually do it. We have a couple of different sets of new Hasmopos going on as well.
And now, are they going to be new designs?
We are working on a C series currently.
Okay.
The next series that comes out will be the same tooling as the past couple of series, but new colors, new art happening as well. Then we have a new series with new heads and masks that we have going on as well. And then there's a bunch of stuff that will be happening. Some of it's already in motion, but a lot of it is happening and should, be probably launching towards the end of next year. Doing quite a bit in the way of collaborating with other companies and designers. So that's pretty fun.